At this hour, Greenville police investigating their second homicide of the year. It happened in an apartment complex last night. They found 29-year-old Gerald Mansell face down in the parking lot of Forest View Apartments, and at this point, no one's been arrested. Police say they don't believe this was a random act of violence. They tell us they believe the suspect and the victim actually knew each other. Fox Carolina's Kayla Convoy is live outside the Greenville Law Enforcement Center in downtown. So, Kayla, what have you learned throughout the evening about this homicide?
Well, I can tell you right now that investigators are moving very quickly with this case. We talked with the police chief earlier, and he told us that last night, even as those blue lights were still flashing at the scene, some officers were already back here, and they were in interrogation rooms trying to track down this suspect. But of course, this has been a very heartbreaking day for loved ones. Family and friends say he was really a special man, and he was a beloved father, son, and brother.
And just crazy that something like this happened to him.
It's shock and heartbreak for many at the Forest View Apartments. Those who knew Gerald Mansell say it was clear he was a family man, would do anything for his two little boys.
I know it's going to be hard to explain to his kids once they get to a certain age, but I know only thing they probably got left now is me and his mother.
And DeAndre Terry says he would do anything for Jarrell, which is why he's made a promise to look after his kids.
I know him had to be in their life like how he was in their life, because he seen how I was with my kids. That's all he loved. He took value in his kids. His kids was his pride and joy, you know. His kids made him want to change his life around, you know. And that was the good thing about him. That's what made me happy about him. Me and him had talks day to day, you know. That's all he loved. That's all he talked about was his kids and making sure they ain't lived the life that he lived.
It's all heartbreaking for him to think about how Jarrell was gunned down right outside his apartment, found face down in the parking lot.
Just lost for words. I really can't describe how I feel right now. You know, like I say, I'm just trying to pray about the situation.
Police are trying to piece everything together still, but from the beginning, investigators told us they don't believe this was random. Instead, they think it happened after a dispute.
It don't take but a second. And the coroner could be picking you up, and it shouldn't be that way. If you have malice in your heart, shake it off.
It's been a tough day for loved ones. While many are out celebrating the holiday with their families, DeAndre knows days like this were all ripped away from Jarrell.
It just makes me value life, you know. Made me take everything seriously, you know. I never expected something like this to happen to him, you know. But God works in his ways, you know.
And when officers actually got to the apartments, they said several citizens were helping to try to save this man's life, so they were doing CPR, but eventually Jarrell did pass away in that parking lot. Cody.
Kayla, do investigators have any leads on a possible suspect who was involved in the shootout?
All they can really say right now is that they are still interviewing people, but the police chief says there is no apparent threat to the community as a whole. He says he does believe all of this started after a dispute and says there was gunfire exchange between both the suspect and the victim, saying 2 guns were used. Reporting live in Greenville, Kayla Convoy, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.